Straight through the heart. This one will drop before figuring out what hit it.
Bloody hell. Thank you, Filipino, working at CBS, for that in the chat. Hold on here. What an idiot. Yeah, veteran podcaster here. Didn't even add myself into the thing. Wow, what an absolute dumbass. Unbelievable. Okay, well, let me go back here with that. Hold on. All right, let me see here. Okay, I want that added there, and I want that there. There we go. All right. Unbelievable. I can't believe I did that shit. Okay. Well, back at it. So, thank you, Filipino. Good man. All right. Anywho, as I was saying, I just gave like a whole 6-minute expose and a whole bunch of other stuff. Unbelievable. It's a Sunday, man. What can I say? Oh, okay. So they're actually way out there. Anyway, so as I was saying, back on that grizzly hunt got in the heart, which was pretty nice. But here we are with the Roosevelt elk, which is the largest elk species currently in the United States. SCI, Safari Club International, recognizes 3 subspecies at this point, the Roosevelt elk being the largest. I think this is all cows out here, though. Oh, wait, no, there is one bull out there, a small one. Traditionally, when the settlers and colonialists first arrived in the 1700s, there was a species, the eastern elk, that existed east of the Mississippi, and it was larger than all of the western elk populations. Unfortunately, that species is now extinct. It was hunted to extinction sometime around 1750. So We do not, unfortunately, have those over there anymore, but there have been reintroduction programs by things like Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, Boone and Crockett Club, and such that have reintroduced Western elk, like the Thule elk and the Roosevelt elk, into areas that they traditionally were found in, places like West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Tennessee, and there's actually now thriving elk seasons in those states that you can participate in now. So you can get your fill of elk hunting east of the Mississippi these days. All right, these guys are a little over 100 yards, so I'm going to see if we can call one to get closer. Elk are very, very vocal cervids, some of the loudest of all the deer species. So calling them works very, very well. It's actually the preferred method for hunters is to call in elk and then shoot them. So that's what we're doing here. Even though I don't really want a slug shotgun, definitely would not be my first choice. Kind of get a little bit of variety in this game. All right, so I got a small little bull who's making his way over towards me. All right, oh shit, I might actually have to pop up and just shoot this guy because the angle here. Don't walk right on top of me. Oh, he gave me broadside, convenient. As long as it nicks a lung. He was quartering away and shot high. Well,
you need to practice your marksmanship to ensure a clean shot.
Man, I just do not like slug shotguns. I mean, I talked about it on previous streams, is that I'm just not a fan of the slug shotgun for hunting purposes. It's like overkill for the stuff it does work on, and for basically everything else, I'd rather just use a rifle, every time. You just get way more penetration. I mean, this is very much like Alaskan wilderness, by the way. I mean, just wide open spaces covered up by some brushes and some scattered trees. I mean, look at this. I mean, you can just track the movements of these guys for hundreds and hundreds of yards. I think that's him right here. Yeah, that's him. He might actually drop. He might just drop from blood loss eventually, but I'll hightail it after him. Oh, there he goes. All right, so we'll go claim him, and that way I can ditch the shotgun. Get back to a nice rifle. If people were at the start of the stream when I went after that grizzly bear and it spawned like right in front of me and shot it right in the heart, that was very convenient. But all right, let's get this guy and we can move on to something else. Yeah, elk hunting is definitely one of those ones that I want to get into for sure. And it's very popular for bow hunters because elk respond to calls so well. You can actually get them to come in pretty close for archery range. So people who want to get into like some big game hunting for like bow hunting, elk is a great place to start because you can get them to come in pretty close. And speaking of which, that's what this one's all about. So let's get a compound bow out here with a nice big broadhead. And let's go take down some elk with a bow. Oh, there's one right out there. Yeah, it's a much nicer bull out there than the previous ones I was looking for. So let's go get them. Bunch of cows around there and a smaller bull to the right. Ooh, that's a stand right there. Okay, I'll try and make my way over to that. Elk are probably the largest herd congregating animal in the United States. Caribou are the largest in the North America. There's actually some reports of our herds reaching over 1 million in some parts of the summertime in like Northwest Territories and stuff over the tundra. But you can get yourself some very, very large elk herds out in the Western United States. So places like Wyoming, Idaho, Utah, stuff like that. The best place to go and actually shoot elk these days is states like that: Idaho, Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, New Mexico has big elk as well. Those are generally the places to go for if you have the opportunity. And unfortunately, my wind is blowing right into these guys, and there's not very much cover. And when you're in open terrain like this, because there's no cover, your scent can carry really far, and it's really easy for prey to spot you. So this is no easy task for with a bow. But I've got this tree stand that is right on the opposite side of this big pine right here. So hopefully I can get posted up in that tree and get a good shot on one of these guys. There was one big bull in there, and then like a tinier one. So I hope I don't make too much noise moving through here. Oh, there's the stand. I thought it was over here, but it's to the left. Of course, some army crawling like this with a bow would just not work at all. You know, your cams, your string, the arrowhead would get caught on something. It just wouldn't work at all. But, you know, video game logic, what are we going to do? All right, let's see if I can get into the stand right here and get a good shot. Shooting anything over 100 yards with a bow, even a compound bow like this, is really pushing it. So you definitely want to be closer. It's a nice elk call. Oh, I think they're kind of looking at me, though. I'm just going to sit tight for a second. And as soon as they put their heads down to go back to feeding, I'm going to get in this tree stand. Again, you never want to move when they're looking at you. Always want to move when either their head is down or they're looking somewhere else, something like that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's a nice one right there. 10 point. They get bigger than that, but all right. Let's see if I can get this.
The
What's my
wind can
distance?
change without warning. Always
Oh,
make sure
just
you
at 100
adjust your
yards.
position to be downwind from your targets.
Just at 100 yards, but he's broadside on me right now, so I hope I didn't pull that high and hit him in the shoulder. I hope it gets him in the lung. Ooh. I think it might just get that lung. I don't think it went high. Nah, yep, shot high. Over the vital organs. Yeah, you got the arrow even in him too. Yeah, a little off the mark. Just a little bit high. Yeah, getting stuck in that shoulder and those ribs. Let's see. All right, let's see if we get in pursuit here. Let's see if I can find a blood trail here. Oh, here we go. All right. In this direction. Yeah, much darker blood. Nothing indicating a shot to any of the vital organs. Can't really see him out here either. I must have ran around the mountain. there might be a moose in here, which would not be good. Yeah, I think there's a moose in here. Oh, wait, no. Oh, shit, that might be a different one. Oh, no, there's no way. Can't see shit through all this cover. All right, there's one of them right there. Oh, it's another cow right there. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of thick cover in here. Oh, and I got one walking just to the right of me, too. This might be the same herd, and they just turned around. I'm going to see if I can get away with this. I probably won't, but I'm going to try it. Very vocal animals, elk. Got a cow here. Yep, there's a bull behind it. No, there's no way I'd be able to shoot him through all this stuff, though. You generally want to avoid shooting through cover as much as possible, especially with a bow. The arrow has got a much bigger surface area than a bullet does. The probability of it hitting something and being knocked off course is very, very high. Oh, there's a bull. There's a bull right here. Tiny one. All right, there's cows. They're all just right in front of me. Oh, that's the same one from earlier. All right, let's finish him off. Much better placement. Yeah, he's done.
Double lung shot. Excellent shot placement. Won't go far.
Oh. Really?
Changes in the wind direction can ruin your hunt if you're not paying attention and staying downwind from the quarry.
All right, let's see. Is this guy going to move from... Come on, just step a little bit forward. There we go.
Double
That one's
lung
done,
shot.
too.
Excellent shot placement. Won't go far. Too much hunting here recently. You should try your luck somewhere else.
Ran all the way around in a circle.
Get one more trophy,
All right, so we got this.
hunt is yours.
So we got this tiny one, and then we'll go over here and pick up that bigger one. Yep, here's our pink blood for lung shot. He ran through here. There he is. All right, perfect. All right, so that's a couple of those elk taken care of. Let's see. Let's go for a... Yeah, you know what? Let's do another bear. Hunt one 500-pound grizzly bear with a rifle. All right, let me get that 338 out here. Definitely a go-to rifle for bears for sure. 338, 300 Win Mag, 7 mil. anything like that is definitely the caliber of choice when tackling grizzly bears, for sure. All right, so I need to find one that's 500 pounds plus. Oh, convenient. We got one right there. Gotta really not having to work hard for these bears, am I? They're kind of just spawning right in front of me. I will wait for a broadside here, though. Kind of like that, and oh, all right. I'll reset. I'll wait for him to. He's kind of quartering towards me right now. I want to get really, especially at 150 yards here. Oh no, I want you to quarter the other way. Yep, there we go. Oh. Let's get. Should be right on the money. Oh, I hope it's got enough penetration. It looks like it hit his leg. No, it's short.
That was close, but still off the mark. You need to practice your marksmanship.
See if we can get another shot on him.
Clean shot.
Oh, I hope it clips one of the lungs. No, I think it's too far in front of him.
That's a shame. Sloppy shooting and painful too. Next time, wait till your target stops and make sure your target.
I might be able to get him right here, though. There we go. Got our lung. He's done.
Double lung shot. Excellent shot placement.
That's my last bullet, too. All right, let's go pick up that bear. I think it'll be a lot harder for shooting one of these without a rifle. High-powered 338 at this distance, and in such open country like this, definitely makes it a lot safer. But grizzly bears, they can thrive in a very thick country as well. Big, thick thicket brushes where they search for berries and stuff. So you don't always see them in really open terrain like this. I've kind of been lucky on both the bear hunts so far. They've been right in front of me. All right, let's go for. All right, let's switch things up. We'll go with the old Blacktail Deer. All right, let's get a deer call in here, and nice broadhead. Actually, this is overkill. I don't need that thing of a broadhead for deer. All right, so blacktail deer. Everyone's familiar with the whitetail deer, of course, but we actually have another species of deer in the United States. These are the blacktails. They are more closely related to actually mule deer than whitetail deer. So, as the name suggests, they've got black tails. They got black tips on the end of on the tip of their tail. Their racks don't get quite as big as mule deer, and they're not even quite as big as some of your bigger whitetails, like your Texas whitetails, or even some of the ones you get in the Midwest or anything like that. You actually typically find these in the Pacific Northwest, places like Washington, Oregon, British Columbia, places like that. There's a lot of blacktail deer on like Vancouver Island. So their racks don't get quite as big as whitetails or muleys, but they look more similar to a mule deer. Yeah, much grayer skin, stuff like that. So, and they have black tips on their noses and their hooves as well. Let's see. Let's walk out here and see if there's any in and around the lakeside. Let's see. Oh, we got Mr. Vlad Elkums is in the chat right now. Yeah, you watching your sports ball there, Vlad? Yeah, I mean, I know today's the last day of the baseball season as well. There's a couple teams that are fighting for playoff position. Wow, looks like there's literally none of them out here in and around this lake. Oh, what's that out here? those are elk. Oh, and a couple blacktail does. Okay. Let me see. Those are all does, so nothing that I'm looking for. All right, let me check the map. Oh, there could be one some to my right. Let me check up here on this food plot. Doesn't look like there's any up there either. All right, let me let out a call over this open terrain like this and see what I might have. So, open water like this and open terrain, your calls could go quite a far distance. So let's see. See if I get a response from anywhere. Nope, doesn't look like anyone's biting. So, with that in mind, I'm going to hug this right side here. Yeah, there's not really any reason to go up behind me. So, all right, I'll hug the right side of this lake, and I will see if I can catch one. See if a buck comes out to interact with them. Nope, this is all just does and cows. Stay on the other side of these rocks here just to make sure those don't go running. Spook some stuff. I'm gonna let out another call here and see if anything is out here. Really nice wide open country, this Alaskan wilderness. I would love to go hunt up there someday. Shoot a really big moose or grizzly bear, caribou, something like that. These elk are moving this way, but those are just the cows. Still 2 does out there, no bucks. Yeah, still no response. Oh, what's that up there? Oh, there we go. There's a couple more does. Oh, that looks like a buck right there. That is a buck. 12-pointer too. That's huge for a blacktail. All right, let's go get that guy. All right. Ooh, we got some does here too. And I got these elk that are moving my way. If they spook and go the other way, I'm fine with that. I just don't want them to run towards this herd right here. Yeah, that's a nice buck. All right. And then I got a doe right here as well. Which way are they headed? I might try and go cut them off if I can. Oh, they're going up. They're going up the hill. All right. I might be able to call him off and head this way. Let's see. What the? Oh, there's another one. Oh, 5x4. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to be greedy today, and I think I do want that 12.1. He's going to come right up to me, though. All right, if I'm going to get in front of him, I got to head this way. Yeah, I want that bigger one. Yeah, there he is up on the hillside there. All right, I think I might have to move through these bushes here and get out in front of them. All right. Let's see, is there a stand up here? There is a stand up here. Okay. Right through on the other side of these bushes. All right, I can't see him anymore, so he's over the ridge. Yeah, I think we could go right through this gap right here and see if I can get him. I should be well within 100 yards at that point. And the wind is blowing towards me, so that's good. Okay.
Stay alert for shifting winds. Keep downwind your target.
Shit. Wind is kind of moving in the opposite direction now. Not exactly where I want it to be. All right, let's see. This guy's going to be like right over the ridge right here. Let's see. I want to be really careful here. Oh, that stand is further to the left. Well, too late. I might have to do a emergency stand and shoot, depending on how close he is. That's a doe. God, where's the buck? Where is he? Shit. All right, let me try and get in this blind here and see if I can call him over. Maybe I'll get lucky and he'll head into my field of view. God, this isn't really a good spot either. Yeah, this hill is in the way, unless I get him to come like right here. Let's see. Nope, that's him all right. Let's see if he comes through here. Oh, here he comes. There he is. 25 yards, easy. All right, give me a broadside, dude. Thank you. All right, that should be money. Nice.
Double lung shot. Excellent shot placement. Won't go far.
Yeah, he's not going to make it far at all. Yep, there he is. All right. All right, there we go. Nice arrow right in the lungs. Good spot. All right. All right, so there's our Blacktail Deer done. What do we got here? Oh, wow. All right, this is going to be hard. Shoot a grizzly bear with a shotgun less than 50 yards. All right, whoops. This will be dangerous. And something you should never, ever, ever do. All right. Let's try it. All right. All right, let's head on out here and look for That's a moose. Not a bad size one either. Don't want him. All right, let's look. Let's check out over here and see if there's one out on these berry patches. Doesn't look like it. That moose is heading in the opposite direction, so I don't have to worry about him. Moose can still be very, very dangerous. They do attack people, and they do kill people every year, so mostly via car accidents, but still very dangerous animal. As dangerous as this bear, though, getting within 50 yards is not going to be easy. It's not like there's any way to bait them or they respond to calls or anything like that. This is just going to be about creeping close. Really, really dangerous. And a slug shotgun does not have the kind of penetration you're looking for to reach those vital organs. So this one's going to be hard. All right. Not seeing any of them out there. And I don't think there's any over here either. So, all right, let's check my map. Oh, wait, that's not one right there, is it? Oh, that is a bear. Yep. Okay. Oh, shit, he's coming towards me, too. All right. Okay, well, let's get started here. You know what? If the wind is going that way, bears have an amazing sense of smell. So if the wind is blowing this way, I kind of want to be in front of them, so I'm worried about it. All right. All right, if I get to the right of him here, his scent will be blowing towards me, so... Oh, whoops. I didn't want to stand. I wanted to crouch. All right, I'm only at 100 yards right now. I got to close the... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. There is no way I would be doing this in real life. No way, dude. Even if you did shoot it in, like, the vital organs at 50 yards, it can close that gap so quickly and still do some serious damage to you before it's even done. Big animals like this can go a long distance, even if you hit them in the vital organs, just because it's so much mass. They have so much blood. You'd be surprised. All right, well, at least the wind is working in my favor. I pretty much have to get right where that second log is, basically. That's great. And I actually have to get the shot to line up properly as well, which is a whole nother problem. And if the wind shifts direction, I'm literally, like, fucked. At this point, if I was to stand up, he would just charge. You can literally hear the thing growling.
Can ruin your hunt if you're not paying attention and staying downwind from your quarry.
I'm still too far. It's 60 yards away. I still got to get closer. Good thing the wind is working in my favor, though. 60 yards. I got to get closer still. Ugh. Oh. I think he knows something's up. 51. I'm going to get a couple yards closer just because I don't want some bullshit to be like, oh, his chest was, 51 yards away. Not. All right. All right. This should be close enough. I just need a good shot on the vitals now, and he's quartering towards me. I need him to give me more of a broadside. If I was to shoot him right now, the slug would not go through the shoulder to hit those organs. I got to get on the side of him. Shit. Let me see if I can move this way. Maybe I can get him on the side. God, he keeps looking at me. Oh, no, he's growling something fierce. Oh, this ain't good. Oh, shit. I need a little bit over to the right here. And then I might get lucky. Just don't turn. Fuck you! Oh, no. Oh, wow, he ran. Huh. How anticlimactic. I thought for sure he was going to run at me. All right. Let's try this again. See if we can find some tracks. Yeah, here we go. Here's some big bear tracks. Yep, there he goes up that ridge. At least I think he went up that ridge. Yeah, there he goes. What have I got here? Is that the other moose? Yeah, it's that moose still. All right. I don't want to deal with him. I thought for sure he was going to charge. But, you know, bears can be skittish sometimes. Oh, there he is. He's looking at me to make sure I'm not following him. Or maybe he's doing video game logic. He's T-posing. Oh, here he is. All right, so he's calmed down a little bit. Great, and now there's literally no cover. At least there was a little bit earlier, but it's just hide in amongst these trees. Yeah, there's that moose right there. He's not too happy with me. All right, maybe I can get out in front of him. Maybe between these two trees right here, and he can get closer. Try it that way. Have him come to me. He's still 100 yards away. All right, I'm going to get at the base of this pine right here and go prone. See if he comes closer.
Suddenly upwind of the animals.
All right, this is good. Oh boy. Well, he's well within range. I just need to get a good shot placement. Oh, he's literally walking right fucking towards me. I'm just going to see if I can get him in the lung right here. Oh, no. It's too low. It might not even get the penetration. Yeah, there's just nothing with these slugs. Oh, shit, he's going to run at me. All right, now I just got to hit him in the head. That might get him, though. No!
Headshots are risky business. The shot to the vital organs of the body is always...
Oh, no. That's not going to get it either. I think I'm going to get one more shot.
But still off the mark. You need to...
Oh, no. Get the brain! No!
That was close, but still off the mark. You need to practice your marksmanship to ensure a clean shot.
Well, it did him in. Took 4 shots. And was literally like not even 10 yards. Oh boy. Yep. Scary business, bears. Ugh. I know I'm 2 guys who were in Alaska on a self-guided moose hunt. This is back in like 2004, 2005 or something. And they ran up on a grizzly bear sow and her 2 cubs. And sow came running through the brush and was charging at them and everything, screaming and hollering. And because the guns were on their back, they had to just use what was in their hands. And one guy took a hatchet and broke it on the side of her face, pinned himself between her and in a tree. So, man, oh man, dangerous stuff. All right, so let's go for an elk, and then we'll do a moose. We'll go back to the bear, and that'll be that. So, hunt 2 8-point elk from a stand or blind with a rifle, and they want the 338. So, this is also not a bad option for elk either, 338, mostly because in a lot of places out west where you hunt elk, the distance of your shot is just so far. You actually need that extra pump in the rifle round to hit something at that distance. So, while at short range, it might be a little bit of overkill. Oh, there are some literally right here. Let's get in this stand right here. It'll be convenient. All right, these are all cows here. There's some more out here, though. Oh, that's a 12-pointer. Okay. And that's a tinier one. Okay. Might be able to shoot him right here. Oh, no, he's quartering towards. If you have him straighten out a little bit and go broadside, I could definitely drop him. Oh, damn. Goes down to bed. 2 8-pointers from the rifle. Yeah, these racks are kind of tight and short compared to what they actually are. Like, there's elk racks that can get really wide. Pretty much like tree branches, basically. Kind of got to worry about that cow bedding down right next to him, too. You always have to have a clear backstop because the bullet can go through. And, when you're out in the field in the hunting world, if it's injured, you pay for it. Do I know anything about hunting wild boar? Yeah, I know tons about it. I've killed quite a few of them, and I actually am going to plan on doing another hunt later this year. Oh, what is this? Oh, these are 2 elk. Yeah. If you want my advice to get started, go through an outfitter to do it, and you can do it pretty cheap in most states. Oh, he's standing up. Let me dust him real quick. Oh, wow, he went to bed down. Yeah, and there's a cow standing right behind him too. Let me see if I can call him in. That is not who I wanted to respond. Will you make up your mind if you're going to get up or not? Yeah, as soon as he stands up, I'm going to drop him. Yeah, and these are all cows over here still. Okay. Oh, that might be a little high. I'm going to hit him in the shoulder. Nope, good enough.
A lung shot, nice and clean.
Yeah, he'll go down. All right, let's go that way. Yeah, so for boar, definitely go through an outfitter. If you're like a first-time hunter, I recommend everybody do that. You want to go through an outfitter because they're going to teach you a bunch of like small little tips and tricks that you're just not going to know. They'll guide you through the process of, where to walk, when to move, where to aim. They'll walk you through the process of how to skin and draw and quarter your game and everything like that. And I mean, it's going to be more expensive because you could hypothetically just go to like your local Dick's Sporting Goods or whatever and pick up a tag for like $45, depending on what state you're in. And then it's just like, okay, there you go. You're on your own. You have your tag, now go. But I mean, you'll pay, sometimes 10 times that at the very, very least just to get your feet wet for something like a boar. And even 100 times that to go and shoot like an elk or something, like $5,000 to $10,000 to shoot a big elk is not unheard of. But you want somebody to take you, you want somebody to guide you, because if you just go out in the middle of the woods, by yourself, you're not going to know what you're doing, and you're not going to have a pleasant experience, and you're not going to want to do it again. So, all right, there's another big one out there that we can go and shoot.
Stay alert for shifting winds.
But I need
Keep downwind your target.
I need a stand. So Let's go. Let's go right here. Yeah, that's perfect. That stand will work just fine. Yeah, so hunting is. I really, really strongly encourage people that hunting is just a sport that has such a high barrier to entry that you do want to go with somebody and you want somebody to take you. You don't want to just, haphazardly go walking in the middle of the woods and try your luck at shooting like some whitetail or something. I really, really am a believer that you need somebody to take you. I mean, you run into like stories every year of, there actually just was one. There were two guys who were in their early 20s that just died out in, I think it was Colorado or Wyoming or something. They got lost in the woods, died, were found like a week later. Well, it happens every single year, man. Oh, shit. I need to get over to this stand before that elk gets in the way. Yeah, elk are herding animals, so they could definitely be tough to creep up on because you got a bunch of cows and bulls looking at you all the time. But the wind is working in my favor right now, and let's walk on up to the stand here. Oh shit, he's looking at me. Yep. As I said, you never want to move when the game is looking at you. I've talked about this previously, but a lot of mammals, especially the ungulates, those are your grass-eating, hooved animals, they actually don't have very good vision, especially color vision. Like deer, for example, can actually not see on a orange color spectrum, which is why hunter's orange was invented. So it's something that other hunters can see. So if somebody hears somebody like walking through the brush or something, they don't think it's a deer and they don't shoot them accidentally. But deer actually cannot see that orange color, so it doesn't show up to them. So what a lot of these other things do, these animals, these ungulates, they rely on movement for their visual acuity. So if you move, that's how they know, and they just take right off, in addition to their other senses, like hearing, which is typically really good for animals like this, because if your head is down towards the ground when you're eating, shit. I'm moving a little too much because I want to get into this stand right here to shoot these guys. But so when your head is down towards the ground, when you're eating your food, your eyes aren't going to be that much help to you, and your nose, because your nose is just pushed right against the dirt. So the only thing you're going to be smelling is what you're eating. But the reason you can actually see it right here, why their ears are so big and they can move them around in many directions, is because you can have your ears doing work for you while your head is down. So they can hear things that are going on around them. They can hear stuff, crashing through the woods or through the leaves and the underbrush and stuff like that. So a lot of these animals have very, very good hearing. And another one of the things that they'll do, which this bull is actually kind of doing right now, they'll do those leg stamps, basically. And what that is an attempt to get you to flinch, basically. And sometimes you'll actually hear them like bark at you or make loud noises, something like that. Basically, they're trying to startle you into moving because they think something is over there. And they're like, oh, if something moves, then I know. And then that's how they can detect you.
If you're suddenly upwind of the animals.
And this guy is pretty wily, which is definitely something you find in a lot of these bigger bulls that have been around for so long. I mean, it takes a good, 4, 5, 6 years for a bull to get this big. And in all that time, he's had to dodge plenty of other hunters, plenty of other big game and stuff like that. And so they're not stupid. They are, like game animals like this. They got to go every single day without something trying to eat them. Their senses are way, way more attuned to stuff than ours are. Okay, so he's calmed down a little bit. I'm going to try and get into the stand because I got to shoot him from that. Oh, shit. Don't spook, don't spook, don't spook. Yeah, this is tough. friend went out elk hunting in Missouri. Yeah, there are elk populations in Missouri at this point. I think it's like one or two big herds. Because elk are such herding animals, you can actually track their movements fairly easily. And I think there's actually programs through like Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. You can literally track their movements. If you go on their website, they have like radio collars on some of them for studying purposes. And they tend to move throughout the same relative areas. Oh God, and they're all just looking at me. Yeah, this is a waiting game for sure. That's definitely a big part of hunting. I do want to keep it somewhat entertaining for people in the audience, though. I mean, like just sitting here for forever waiting for these things to move on is a bit of a pain in the ass. Yeah, I should be moving around this much because they're still looking. Let me just remain motionless for a second, and hopefully they put their heads down. Yeah, once they go back to feeding, that's your cue to move around a little bit. Because you just got to think from like the perspective of these things, right? If something's trying to sneak up on them, it's because it wants to eat them. You know, there's nothing they encounter in their everyday lives that would want to sneak up on them because it's like a nice thing to do or something. Like it's not like their calves are playing tricks on them or playing games with them, like Bambi, to sneak up on them or something. They're like, if something's screwy, they don't take any precautions. God, there's not really much I could do here though. But wait. I tried to get to the stand before they walked over to it, but now we're just in that position where we're kind of stuck.
Stay alert for shifting winds. Keep downwind your target.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Yiz and Mr. Frisbee. So, nice work. Oh, shit! I moved my controller and accidentally pressed the trigger. Wonderful. Great. I did not mean to do that. And now they're taking off. Can't believe I did that. Unbelievable. Alrighty. Well. Okay. Well. I guess we get to go and track them. I can't believe I did that. Shit. Yeah, really. Yeah, safeties. Pretty much. Yeah, literally just moved the controller in my hand and the right stick hit my leg and it just went and took right off. All right, well, here's these tracks. Let's go and follow. Nice thing about elk is because they all move in herds like this, it can be easy to follow. Let's go over this ridge and see if I can spot them. It's funny you should mention that about the safety, yes, because if people know, the Remington 700, which was one of their long-standing bolt-action rifles, actually had a factory malfunction where in cold environments, if you actually flicked off the safety, it would actually engage the firing pin and the gun could fire without ever having to pull the trigger. It was a huge lawsuit. Remington got sued, and it actually was one of the major lawsuits that put the company out of business. They ended up getting bought out. America's oldest gun company got bought out by some foreign investment firm, I think. I mean, the Remington brand still exists, but they are no longer their own company, unfortunately. Yeah, it was a huge problem. I actually think there was a couple of wrongful death lawsuits. There was like one case where it was a situation where like a brother like a 12-year-old kid and like his 10-year-old brother or something were screwing around like with a gun in the house, which again, big problem. But the younger brother got in like a fight with his brother or something. I forget the details of this case, and he disengaged the safety, pretending like he was shooting him basically because like the click sound imitated like the trigger, and apparently there was a round in the chamber, and he switched the safety off, and the gun fired, and he killed his own brother. So huge wrongful death suit. And Remington also got sued because for the longest time, because these gun companies were okay, this might be this herd. It is. All right, there's that bull again. Let's see, what options do I have? I could shoot him from long range. Let me see if I can shoot him from long range with this. So a lot of these gun companies, because they were so old, they were incorporated on the East Coast, places like Connecticut, Delaware, and what have you, because the gun companies literally date back to the late 1800s, and they've just been headquartered there literally for forever. Unfortunately, modern leftist, blue state politics moved in and decided to sue gun manufacturers and hold them liable for mass shootings. And actually put a lot of these companies out. Oh my God, I was just about to shoot you and you turned. Yeah, he's going to go through this cover. No, that's all right. I'm going to have to adjust. All right, I'm going to have to try that one on the other side. Yeah, so Remington got sued by a bunch of the... I don't remember if it was Sandy Hook. Some people can correct me on this, but it might have been something to that extent, something like that, where... Remington basically got sued into oblivion, and of course, because it was a blue state, they were found liable. Which is like, how does that make sense, right? It's like, oh, you need to make the guns safer to ensure people can't do mass shootings. It's like, how the fuck does that work, right? I mean, we didn't have any problems with mass shootings in America. We've had guns since the very beginning. Haven't had problems with mass shootings until recently. It's not the gun problem, and it's also like, how could you possibly find a gun manufacturer liable for that? It's like, it's literally a weapon that is designed. It's a weapon. I mean, it's like saying, kitchen knife manufacturers are liable for somebody stabbing somebody. It's just so fucking stupid. But, it was blue state politics, and they found him guilty. And I actually don't think any of the major firearm companies are employed on the East Coast anymore. They have all moved. A bunch of them moved to Georgia, Texas, places where the politics are better. So yeah, that 1-2 punch of the lawsuit for the gun malfunction problem, which obviously they deserved and should have paid out the ass for. And then the politics stuff has forced a lot of America's oldest gun companies out of their traditional states, which is a big problem. There's something over the ridge here. I don't know if it's a moose or if it's another elk, but I'm going to get in this stand right here and see. There's another herd right here. Oh yeah, there we go. There's a 7-point right there. All right, I will shoot this guy when he goes, unless I can get a shot at this other one that was over here. Oh, wow, they're going the other way. All right, we will shoot this guy at the river then. Why not? I'll give him a couple closer. I guess he doesn't like the call. Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, people can look up like compilations of elk responding to bugles, and it is crazy, man. They make some of the goofiest, wackiest sounds imaginable, and a lot of people actually recognize elk calls and stuff from like ambient noises in other media, like a lot of like monsters in movies like will use like elk calls. They've even like mixed them up with other animal noises to make like dinosaur calls in the movies and stuff. They just are such loud and very, very weird animals. They sound very, very goofy. So yeah, I would love to go on a nice elk hunt and call one of these babies in. God, just look at that. The bullet is so powerful. You could just pin it perfectly. So much speed. Bam. Damn. Yeah, a 338 polymer tip Lapua round at this range is just crazy. This is gonna go right through this thing.
Double lung shot. Excellent shot placement. It won't go far.
Yeah.
Watch the wind.
Bullet
You
like
don't wanna
this
get caught
at
flat-footed if you're suddenly
this
upwind
range
of
just
the
gonna
animal.
absolutely decimate it. I mean, this is a bullet that's designed to shoot something at several hundred yards, which in some cases is necessary, out especially in the Rocky Mountain region when you're shooting on like one mountaintop to another one. On my most recent safari, when I was in Africa, I was standing on top of one mountain and shot a kudu that was on top of the other mountain. It was 300 yards away over that. So, yeah, sometimes you definitely have to do long distance marksmanship. All right, let's go for some moose this time. Hunt 3 moose with a rifle from less than 30 yards. Wow. Okay. All right, this is going to be no small task. I have 3 bullets, and I got to kill 3 moose, and they all got to be within 30 yards. All right. I think there might be one over here already. God, he just blended right in. I didn't even see him until he stood up. It really is amazing how everything is perfectly designed in all these animals to just conceal themselves to avoid predation. It's nuts. All right, well, he's got to be within 30 yards, and he's at 60 right now, and that's a big moose, too. All right, and I don't have a stand or anywhere I can get into, and my wind is pointing right at him, so this isn't fun. You know, the moose in the Yukon, they get a bunch of points like this, but they're, again, like the elk, their racks can be huge, like really, really wide. The rule of thumb actually is with a like a Yukon moose or an Alaska moose, a giant, if you can stick a canoe paddle in between the antlers, so like from one end of the antlers over to the other one, that is considered a giant moose. So, holy shit. I'm still not close enough on this thing. I'm literally right on top of this thing. Moose do have pretty poor eyesight, so at least I've got that working for me. But again, like all the cervids, deer, they got their big ears. Don't walk away from me. All right, let me creep a little bit closer. Gotta get within that 30-yard range. All right, here's 29. Oh, shit. All right, that should do it. And this range with this 338, he's done too, for sure. That bolt's gonna go all the way through.
Double lung shot. Excellent shot placement. Won't go far.
All right, here's our pink blood again. Long shot. It can be really important to when you go up on the sign of a kill and you're looking at the blood, because it's not like this in the game where, you know, in real life you're not having like 100% like bullet tracking stuff and you know exactly where the bullet goes, right? So actually looking at the color of the blood when you get to the area where you shot something is a really good indicator of you know, where you actually hit something and how far you can estimate of where it's going to go. So let's head over this way and see if we can find another one. You know, I got 2 more bullets and 2 more moose to kill within 30 yards. It's no small task. And again, like I was talking about earlier about getting into hunting and stuff, you really do need somebody to take you, because a lot of these like little tips and tricks and stuff you're just not going to know. The other thing too is like with search engines just being completely fucking useless these days, You can literally just find no information about anything that you actually want. I mean, AI is going to respond to you, and it's just going to give you a shitty response. You need somebody to take you, preferably an outfitter and a PH who's been hunting for a really long time. Okay, looks like there's something in here. Ideally, I'd like to get into a stand and call to get them to come close. Yeah, I think I got one out here on the food plot out here.
Watch the wind. You don't want to be caught flat-footed if you're suddenly upwind of the animals.
Oh, that is a moose call for sure. Oh, yeah, there he is. I see the outline of him right there. Okay. All right. Let's stick to all this cover right here. Yeah, I would love to shoot a really, really big moose. That would be really nice. That's a huge one, too. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, he's looking right at me. How far is he? Every time I move, he just peeks his head up. I know he's not 4 yards away. The binoculars are just picking up on something else. I might be able to get lucky here, though. If he comes through here, he might not see me. Here's something moving through the brush. I don't think he came in. I don't think he took the bait. All right, well, this isn't exactly very safe, running through very, very thick brush, looking for a giant bull Alaskan moose. Yeah, definitely ill-advised, to say the least. Sometimes this is just what you gotta do, though, to get your shot. Oh. Yeah, he's in here. He's in here, all right. Guy's like right on the other side of all these bushes. Oh, fuck. Ah! Done. Dusted. Couldn't even see him. Well, that was unfortunate. Let's try again and see if we can. Well, they get him. All right, let's try that again. Oh, it looks like I got a couple more right here. Yeah, moose are dangerous, man. I couldn't even lift the rifle fast enough to even get him. That's a cow. All right, these are 2 cows, so don't want to head that way. But these partridge grouse, something like that. All right, let's check over on this side. That's not one up there, is it? That is one. Okay, not as big as that other one, but let's try it. All right, is there a stand here? Ooh, there's one over here. Let's try and get in that one. See if I can call him close. This is why hunting from a tree and from a stand has been a staple in hunting for a long, long time. When you get up high on something, you know, little difficult for things to see you, and you're also safe from attacks from many things. And the other thing too about actually hunting from high up on a tree stand, the way that actually a lot of these ungulates, the way their heads and necks are angled is they're actually really have a difficult time looking straight up because there's just no need for them to do that. They're not like, some of the tall sauropod dinosaurs that are eating on tops of trees and stuff. So they're actually, their necks and their spines actually prevent them from looking straight up at things. Oh my God, I just did the fucking thing again. Unbelievable. How did I do that? Jace, I am off today. Wasting shots. Unbelievable. All right. I know. Yeah, I'm a noob with safety. Yes, thanks. Apparently, hunting with Dick Cheney is safer than hunting with me today. Man, oh man. All right. God, within 30 yards is so much. It was hard enough getting within 50 yards earlier to hunt that grizzly bear, but 30 yards is just nuts, man. He doesn't want to come close. I just gotta creep closer. Oh. Still another 10 yards. Yeah, moose have very, very good sense of hearing. The bulls actually can channel low frequency sounds and pick them up through their antlers because the antlers are connected right to the back of the skull in the inner ear. So it actually works as picking up on vibrations and sounds over a long distance. So moose are very, very vocal animals as well. All right, I'm within range now, but I just need... All right, he's done. Yeah, that bullet will go all the way through. I just don't want it to hit the stomach, though. Yeah, missed the stomach. Good. Yeah, he was quartering towards a little bit, so that's where you get the angle like that.
Nice and clean.
It's like when you're looking at him, you think that would hit both lungs, but because he's quartering towards you, just the angles. All right, are you going to drop?
I don't expect you'll get another good
video
shot
game
here
logic.
today. The local game needs some time to settle down.
All right, let's go find another one, and hopefully, with my itchy trigger finger, we'll not run into the same problem again. So. All right, let's go check over here. Again, I'd like to get into a stand, so I don't have to deal with these problems of getting run over and attacked by moose. There's a nice water plot right here. Moose do love their water. Oh, I think these are all cows. Yeah, it's just 2 cows out there. I'll leave them be. Yeah, moose can definitely be dangerous. they actually don't really attack you too much with their antlers. That's not really what they do. They basically just trample you. They get on top of you and step on you, jump on you, kick you with their hooves, and that's how they get you. They don't really lower their heads too much, just because they're so tall. They're just giant animals.
Keep an eye on the wind. You don't want to be caught upwind of your prey.
It's a female out there. Let's see if there's a bull. Was there one behind me and I wasn't even looking? Wow, I think there was one on that plot back there with those cows. Ooh, okay. I do have another one right here that I can use. Let me get into this stand right here and see if I can get a better angle. I can't believe that. I thought for sure that there wasn't one in with that group. Oh, I think he's right there. Yeah, that's where he is. Oh, it's a huge moose. That is giant. Wow. Yeah, that one is definitely, you could fit a canoe paddle in between, like I was talking about. Here's some elk over here, too. That's a big elk, too. All right, let's see if we can get this moose to come in close. Unfortunately, my wind is blowing right at him, which is not good. Yeah, here's some cows out here. Yeah, he's like right in here. These cows are walking my way. Maybe he'll follow them. Is that him coming out? There he is right there. 70 yards. Still needs to get within 30. Normally, there's no way you'd be able to get one to walk this close to you when you're in the open field in a stand like this. They got bad eyesight, but it's not that bad. Yeah, that is a huge moose. Look at the rack on that thing. Yeah, so imagine you put the head of the oar right here, and you put the handle on the other side. And if you can fit it on there, like a paddle rack, that's how you know. And the reason that became such a test is because moose love water so much that one of the preferred ways that people would hunt is they would hunt actually on canoes, and they would go up and down rivers looking for moose or in and around lakes. And then it would actually make your life a lot easier when you're packing the animal out. He needs to walk just a couple more yards closer. Yeah, so when you're packing the animal out, you just put it on the canoe, get all the meat and stuff on there. So instead of you hauling it yourself for several miles. All right, let's see if I can get him to walk just a few more yards closer. Guy's literally right on top of me. All right. Yeah, shooting down on him too. Go right through both those lungs and out the other side.
Double lung shot.
Trying to aim for the heart,
Excellent
but
placement.
yeah, got him a little high. Yeah, he's not gonna go far at all. Done like dinner. And moose is supposed to taste amazing. One of the better wild game meats. I have not had a chance to try it yet, though. So I am definitely looking forward to the opportunity if I ever hunt a big one to try and give it a taste. All right, looks like we have to go all the way over to this side because I've already hunted this entire section here, and if there was one, I would have seen it by now. So, all right, let's go to the other side of the mountain here. I got one bullet left, one more moose within 30 yards. So, and The moose you tasted was quite good, eh? Yes, I believe it. It's supposed to taste amazing. It can be really difficult because the regulations on importing meat across the country are really, really difficult. You actually can't import the meat from a foreign country. It's against the U.S. Fish and Wildlife regulations. So even if you were to go into the Yukon and shoot one, even though it's just like a short hop over in a plane ride from the States, so you can't import it over. You can only do it if you shoot one in Alaska or if you shoot it in Maine or something like that. There goes one right there. Yeah, these are cows. Let them run. Moose are mainly solitary animals. They really only get together during the mating season, and occasionally you will see a cow, like a couple of cows together in their calves right after calving for protection, but the males are almost entirely solitary their entire lives. Yeah, there you go. If they were hunting in Montana, yeah, they could hold on to it. Yeah. Maine has a huge population of moose. There's a thriving hunting season for moose up in Maine. Montana's got some. I don't know about the rest of the Pacific Northwest and like Colorado and stuff. I don't know what the hunting seasons are like nowadays. Obviously, Alaska is the biggest one. That's where everyone goes, essentially. The moose get the biggest in the world in Alaska and Yukon. Everyone wants to go shoot one up there, even though there are technically, I think Safari Club International recognizes 4 subspecies of moose right now, maybe 5 if they include the European ones. I'd have to check the record books again. But the biggest ones in the world are in Alaska and Yukon. Yeah, one of these days he is definitely going to plan and do one. So, all right, let's see if I can find another ball out here. Oh, we got some back over there. Let's take a look. These are all cows, though, unfortunately.
Watch the wind. You don't want to be caught flat-footed if you're suddenly up.
Let's see. We've got 10 o'clock-ish time period. God, I don't have to run. I don't want to have to run all the way back to where I was. I pretty much checked this whole area.
Stands provide a good field of vision over brush, knolls, hillocks, and dunes. It's generally easier to spot game from above.
All right, let's go. Let's go check this way, down over here, because those are all cows over there, and hopefully there's going to be a bull over this ridge. Man, oh man, doesn't look like there's one over here either. That's a coyote. Not what I'm looking for. All right. So if I've got none over here, and I went over here already to check all these areas and shot a bunch. All right, I'm going to peek over here and see if there's one at one of these water holes. Occasionally letting out some calls to see if I can get a response or two. Those 2 cows are still in the trees over here. Give them a wide berth. Oh, there might be one down here. There is! There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, he's coming my way. Oh, and I have absolutely no cover here, unfortunately. Thankfully, though, the wind is blowing towards me, so that's good. Still gotta get within 30 yards. Yeah, let me go prone here. All right, let me see if I can just remain motionless, and maybe he will walk close enough. I gotta make this shot count, though. Yeah, cool. He goes a bed step. Hold on. He's gonna charge, so I gotta shoot him now! 1 bullet. Get him somewhere good. Get him in the lung. Yes!
Lung shot, nice and clean.
Yeah. Oof.
Keep an eye on the wind. You don't want to be caught upwind of your prey.
Well, that was close. That was very close. No more bullets. If I missed the shot, it would have killed me for sure. All right. Don't have to worry about that anymore, thank God. All right. Okay. All right, and let's get the let's get this done here. 3 10-point elk with a rifle. All right. Let's get our elk call out, and yeah, notice the king of elk cartridges are 338. Yeah. Let's see. Another 100 grain of bullet. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll just make sure I'm really accurate. Oh, hello. Already got some right near me. That was 10 point plus, so mark that one off the list. Oh, and I got 2 more. I got 2 more 10 pointers over here. Wow. Okay. I'll definitely be tracking those guys then after I shoot this guy. All right, that one's done.
Double lung shot. Excellent shot placement. Won't go far.
All right, let's go grab him, and then we'll go track that herd of the other 2.
Trophies needed to complete this hunt.
All right, let's go head out that way. in pursuit of those ones. Then once we're done with these guys, we'll go back to hunting some bears, and then we'll hunt the real trophy animals of the region, and then we'll call it a day. The time's right now about 6 o'clock. Yeah, so we've been going for about an hour and a half. Usually like to keep these around 2 hours, so we're right on schedule on that front. All right, so this is where they all were. So let's follow these tracks this way. And hopefully, because we're on such open terrain, I'll be able to spot them with some binocs. Okay. There's some cows. Oh, we got a bunch more down there too. Unfortunately, my wind is blowing right at them. Let me get in this stand right here and make my life easier. A nice pair of binoculars is a must when you're out hunting big game like this. Unless you're just planning on hunting like some whitetail deer, basically, just sitting in a tree stand waiting for them to come to you. But if you're doing these like walk and stalk kind of hunts, which is definitely my preference, I don't particularly care for sitting in a tree stand for hours at a time just waiting for something to come by. I like to be way more proactive in much of my hunting. So if you have the opportunity to like be walking and stalking in open terrain, you need a really strong pair of binoculars to help you. You don't want to be stuck in a situation where you have to use like your rifle scope to know like the distance of things, or if that's like the actual bull you want to shoot or something like that. Yeah, and they're just really, really quick to handle. Just have them hanging around your neck, whip them out really quick. See what you're shooting at.
Keep downwind your target.
All right, I'm going to get into this stand right here, and hopefully this is the same herd that I was tracking earlier. Might be a different one. Okay, they're on the move. They're gonna come out over here. There goes one. Yep, these are all cows. More cows out there. Yeah, elk like to roam in their herds, man. So, oh, here we go. Now, I want to see. Well, I might as well shoot this guy because he's right here. Oh, shit! I pulled that shot. I pulled that shot. I think I might be okay, though. Oh, I'm more than okay. Wow.
Straight through the heart. This one will drop before figuring out what hit it.
Yeah, that was actually a perfect example of, oh, okay, there's that other one, so I'll be following him. That is a perfect example of what just happened right there. Of this game does a really good job of the holding your breath mechanic, where you have to slightly hold down on the trigger to find where your shot placement is going to be. So what I did right there is I was holding down like halfway and then like pulled back and then actually pulled too hard. And you can actually pull your shot, which is what you literally do in real life. The shooting mechanic in this game is very, very good. Oh, okay. There's my bull running around again. Like just being a fraction of an inch off in certain places can be, the difference between dusting your animal and not. Oh, if this guy gives me an opportunity, I might just shoot him right here. But he's not giving me a broadside, though. He is, though. right through those lungs. Yeah, so I thought I pulled that shot and it went low on the other one, and it did go low, but it actually hit the heart, which again is when like people are talking about like, oh, what the, oh no, the bullet went through.
That was close, but still off the mark. You need to practice your marksmanship to
Wow.
ensure a clean shot.
So I did not have a clean backstop and actually hit a cow behind him in the leg.
Here today. The local game needs some
not,
time to settle down.
which is not good, but hopefully the game doesn't penalize me for that. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, like pulling your shot, if you're not 100% confident, don't control your breathing right, especially at distance. Even a small difference can, just a quarter of an inch or so can be all the difference in the world. Oh, wow, I walked right by him. But yeah, that's why they like to aim like center mass, like on the shoulder there, because if you do pull your shot and you hit a little bit low, you can hit that heart if you're lucky enough, kind of like I was right there. So, all right. Boy, it's been my favorite stream of this game that I've done so far. It's been kind of nerve-wracking, a little bit, some close calls and some good ones too. But here we go. All right, Grizzly Bears with a bow. All right. There are people who do this. It's not unheard of to be hunting bears with a bow, but man, oh man, very, very, very dangerous. All right, so here we go. 2 grizzly bears with a compound bow. That's a moose right there, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, let's go check through on the other side of these woods if where we might be finding some. Yeah, all right, let's check through on the other side of this forest and see. Maybe I could use the cover to get in close. Yeah, there are guys who do hunt bears with bows. I mean, old Fred Bear, if people are familiar with him with the Bear Archery Company, was famous for doing this. He would hunt bears with a bow and arrow, and he actually didn't even use a compound bow. He used a recurve bow, so not even remotely as much penetration as a compound bow does, like maybe half as much with the amount of pullback that you can get. So very, very dangerous stuff. I certainly will never try it. I'll be shooting with a rifle. Thank you very much. The way he would do it is like he would just wait in and along like a trail that the bears would walk in, and he would shoot one as it would walk by, and he would just take forever. Wait for the perfect moment. Doesn't look like there's any out here. All right, let's check the other side of this ridge, and there might be some on the other end of this hill. Again, bears are tough, man. You'd be surprised how easily they can conceal themselves in some of this thick brush, and they can be very, very quiet when they want to be too. So, oh, I think there is one over here. Good thing I have a huge 600 grain broadhead on the end of this. Yep, there is one in there. Yep, there he is. I mean, 400, 500 pounds. I mean, that's certainly a big animal. I mean, your black bears, they get like 200-300 pounds, some of them. But I mean, something like the Kodiak grizzly bears can be every bit of 1,500 pounds. Some of the really big ones. So, all right, I want to try and get within around like 50 yards of this guy to really make sure this arrow has the penetration that it needs to get him. So, and he's looking away from me, and the wind is in my favor right now. So, actually creeping up on him is relatively easy. hopefully that gets him in the lung. It's quartering away, which kind of sucks, but... Alright, good. I got him. Might even hit the heart. Not enough penetration.
Shot. Nice and clean.
That's alright, that bear is done. Alright, done like dinner. Some people are big fans of bear meat as well. I've never tried it, but you know, some people stand by it that they like it. I mean, obviously it's really, really fatty. Look at that arrow in there. Would have been nice if it would have hit the heart. Got some nice bonus points, but just the penetration is just really, really hard with an arrow. They're such big animals. Let's see. Yeah, they really like these patches out here. You know, the brown bears, grizzlies, they are omnivorous, so they don't just eat red meat and stuff. Actually, in a lot of areas, red meat only takes up around 25 to 40% of their diets. They're actually primarily like omnivorous, so they'll eat stuff like fish, they'll eat berries, they'll eat roots and tubers, they'll eat pretty much anything they can get their hands on. Interestingly enough, in certain parts of like the Rocky Mountain region, a huge part of their diet is actually insects. There's a lot of like insects that spawn in and around crevices on mountainsides, and grizzly bears will actually go up and eat like moths and moth eggs and stuff. So yeah, they pretty much will eat anything. I think that's one way out there. That is. Oh, that's a huge one, 800 pounds. All right, let's give it a shot. I don't know how I'm going to get close to that guy, though. There is pretty much no cover from where he is. If this is a rifle, I would just shoot him at this range, 200 yards in real life. But, wind is working in my favor, so that's nice. All right, I'm going to try and get up by these tiny little pine trees here and see if I can shoot up at them that way. Yeah, at this distance, 125 yards, there's just no way. I mean, with a rifle all day, I would take the shot right now, but a bow, no way. Gotta get closer. I barely had enough penetration to get through the lungs on that last bear, and I was within 40 yards. All right, we'll use these trees for cover still. All right, so he's still foraging. All right. You know what? I'm pretty much comfortable taking the shot at this range, but I just need a proper shot placement. Very fatty and gamey, but I like it. He is. Yeah, I mean, I'd be down to try it if I had the opportunity. I do know people who have gone to like Vancouver Island to hunt black bears recently. That is definitely something I'd want to do. I know people in my family who have shot. Oh shit! All right, hopefully that gets them. I think just like the same thing as that last one, we'll get some just enough penetration. I think once you hit a rib like that, it really slows down the arrow.
Double lung shot. Excellent shot placement. Won't go far.
All right. Well, we got him. There he goes.
Changes in the wind direction can ruin your hunt if you're not paying attention.
You know, the other thing you always want to do, another tip is when you approach a downed animal like this, you always approach it from behind. You never approach it from the front for a number of reasons. If it's still kicking, it's always going to get up and go in the direction of its head. They never like turn around or anything like this. So sometimes you don't necessarily know. So you approach from behind, you poke it a couple times or something just to make sure it's truly done. And the one surefire test to always make sure that your game is 100% dead for sure is you go up to it and you tap the eye. All right. If it's alive in any way, shape, or form, the blink reflex is still going to kick in and it's going to blink or it's going to move or it's going to flinch or something. All right. Eye is your most sensitive organ. So you go out there and you tap them in the face like this. That's how you 100% know that that thing is dead. And this becomes extremely important when you're hunting dangerous game. You know, any of your buffalo, your moose, your bears, your big cats, anything like that. I mean, even deer in some cases, because they can just get up and run right at you, and you run into huge problems that way. So, all right. Let's go for our pro hunt here. Compound bow, elk call. All right, get elk call in here. 700 green broadhead. Let's go for our pro Roosevelt elk hunt.
As you guys know, we love elk hunting. The country up there is so beautiful and majestic, just like the elk themselves.
We've been tracking a bull elk that the local guides call King due to the size of his rack. We've set up a couple stands and a blind for you to use. You can choose whatever spot you like, but remember to account for the terrain and the wind conditions.
Once you've glassed the elk and you found your target, a well-executed call will bring him into range. Remember, elk are notoriously skittish. If King catches some movement or scent he doesn't like, it's game over.
Good luck and good hunting.
The right move here is to glass for your target from a safe distance.
He might still be in the brush. Try giving it a call. Even if he just calls back, at least you know his location.
Then you make your way to a stand or blind, whatever you think is best given the sight lines and the wind conditions.
That decoy should bring him in closer. Be ready to take that shot when he comes in.
I mean, they do. People do employ elk decoys, but it's not too often. You know, just because they're such they're animals that move around so often. It can be hard to pick like a specific area for, you know, an area to call them in. It's normally a walk and stalk and call them to see where they are. Do like a pre-planning where you set up a decoy like this. It's just really rare. All right, he's in here somewhere. And what we call this is called glassing. When you get up on a high position and you're looking for your target with your binoculars. So when you hear people in the hunting world say glass, this is what they mean. Get up on top, look around, see what you can find. All right, he's in here somewhere. Where's my wind? All right, I'm gonna want to hug this end here and see if I can get close. All right, he's in there somewhere. The only blind I got is over there, but the wind isn't working in my favor, so I'd rather just creep close the old-fashioned way. And there he is. Really nice elk. Yeah, 150 yards, way too far for a bow. So let's see if we can get a little bit closer on this left side here and maybe call him in. You know what? Let me get behind this rock and just see if he comes closer as opposed to him winding me. They kind of make the racks a little bit tighter in this game than they actually are in real life. Like elk antlers can get really, really wide. God, he's not budging. All right, I am gonna have to creep close. We have to do this the hard way. All right, I'm gonna use these plants for cover here and see if I can get on side of him to get a nice broadside shot.
Ooh, feel that? The wind's changing. Make sure you're still downwind.
Oh, shit. My wind is going right.
Oh, man, he heard you.
Gotta keep the noise down. Watch where you're stepping.
There's no way this shot hits him. Yeah, I went over him.
Dang, you missed him. But that's why we love bow hunting. It's quiet.
That's the upside of hunting with a bow. Sometimes you get a second chance.
Nope, not with this one. All right, well, let's try that again, and hopefully we'll get a little bit closer. I think I'm just going to run up that left side pretty much as fast as possible and then call him in.
From a safe distance.
Oh, but the wind is different. I'm going to have to go on this side this time. Go up this side. Oh, he's over there. All right, I'm going to use these rocks as cover to try and get a little bit closer to him. Let's see if I can drop him that way. God, they're such goofy animals, man. The sounds that they make. There's just nothing else like an elk call or an elk bugle. All right, 75 yards. I'm going to take it. Should be right on the money. Got him.
From long range, no less. Very impressive.
All right, let's go track him. All right, here's our blood. And he ran in here. Let me double back this way. Obviously, like this video game logic where you can just like randomly move through all this thick stuff, which is, you know, just absolutely ridiculous. You know, normally you gotta move around and there's brambles and there's thorns and all sorts of shit in your way.
Wow, you look like a regular Robin Hood out there. Well done.
What do you say, Ralph? I think our hunter is ready for the big leagues.
Only way to find out. Let's get back to hunting.
There we go. So, and now for the final one here, Trophy Grizzly Bear. All right, need a polymer tip, 338. All right, and I want the best scope I can get my hands on. So, let's go for it. All right.
Today will be your final challenge, but we're not going to make it easy. We're hunting grizzly today, and the beast you'll be stalking has absolutely no fear of humans. As far as old Scarface is concerned, guys like you are about as scary as a cheeseburger and a side of fries. All joking aside, this bear is dangerous. Scarface is as smart as he is mean. He usually keeps a low profile, but he's hungry this time of year. He's got a taste for moose meat, and I know of a spot on the river where the moose around here come down to feed just around sundown. The grizzly's here for the moose, so be careful not to spook them. I recommend taking your shot from a safe distance. If this bear spots you at close range, he won't spook, he'll charge.
Thank you, Mr. Shockey.
Grizzlies have sensitive noses and ears, second only to a moose. But even though they don't have the best eyesight, they'll still see you if you're not careful. So stick to cover and don't reveal your position. Okay, there's 3 moose trails leading to the river. Along the upstream riverbank, along the downstream riverbank, and straight between those 2 thickets. Wait here and see what pops out.
All right. So we'll sit tight here and wait for what we're going to find.
There's one right down the middle.
Yep, there's a moose cow right there. I think I want to get into a little bit of a closer position here because bear is going to come out in pursuit of that moose. I think maybe behind this rock right here. Yeah, I got good cover here.
Hear that? That's definitely him up in the bush on the right.
Oh, he's got to be up in here. All right, now we just sit tight. Moose is coming on up.
Looks like the wind just changed direction. Watch your scent.
He's got to be in here somewhere. I think that might be him. Maybe. Wait and see. Waiting a long time here. This is what it's like, though. Sometimes you just gotta sit tight and wait for him. Where's this bear? Oh, there he is.
There he is. Man, that is one mean old grizzly. Wow, look at that. Come on, you're going to have to take the shot. Take the shot.
Ah, shit. It might be a little too far back. Oh, no, I got him. I think that'll do it.
Congratulations on completing the Pro Hunt Slam. Now you can earn more gear credits with the Pro Bonus Multiplier.
All right. Nice big bear on the move like that. All right, here's our blood. Here we go. There we go.
Congratulations. Welcome to the show. The way you took down that grizzly today showed courage and skill. You've officially graduated to the big leagues.
There we go. Alrighty, so there's that. So that's completing all of the hunts here. Let's run into the let's go check out the trophy room here. You can take a look. So here is a Whitetail Deer trophy. We got big hog here through the lungs. Black bear. Here's a huge caribou. Yeah, that's the pro caribou from that. Here's the really big moose. Kind of a chintzy ass pronghorn, to be honest. So, big mule deer. Big, huge grizzly bear. And a huge Roosevelt elk. There's that blacktail deer that I shot earlier. Okay. So, everyone likes a nice trophy room. Well, all right. So, that is going to be that, everyone. So, always a fun game to play through. I dig these hunting games. I wish to make like a new version of this. I mean, this game came out in like 2014, I think, so it's over 10 years old at this point. I think they did a really, really good job with it. The bullet tracking stuff and the way the game behaves is very, very accurate and true to life for the most part. I wish they would do something like this, like for Africa. They did like an Africa Pro Hunts or something. That'd be amazing. You can get so much content out of that. But all right, well, that is going to do it for me, everyone. So put myself back on screen here. All right, so thanks for coming by, everyone. Now, I might do some more streaming on the channel, maybe later this year, like November or December. I'm going to be traveling throughout all of October, so I will be away from my my command center here. So maybe in like November to December before tax season starts up again, I might do a little bit more streaming on Sundays. Maybe I'll find another hunting game or something to sink my teeth into. But in the meantime, everyone go check out all the stuff we're doing at the OGC. Check out American Spirits on Mondays. Charlemagne and Turnip Seed are doing some amazing stuff over there. Check out the Chapter House on Wednesday. Mr. Not Me, Not You is doing a great job interviewing all of our chapter presidents and seeing how they're doing with their various outfits. And then, of course, on Thursday is Pony Express Radio, where me and Pete Q are always talking about the news of the week. So thanks again, guys, and we'll see you around.